I'm back, folks. It's been a minute. I know it's been a minute, man. I'm telling you, I've been working hard for you guys. So I didn't get a chance to do a lot of, do much live videos for you guys, but I'm gonna tell you what I've been doing though. I'll wait for a few of you guys to come on in, and I'm gonna share with you what I've really been doing and what's been keeping me from going live. You're gonna be ecstatic, man. You're gonna be excited. I'm fired up. I can't wait to share this with you, and I can't wait till the day comes. Man, it's gonna be off the chain. I want to say good afternoon to you guys. I wanted to try to get on to you guys earlier this morning, but again, I was grinding, didn't get a chance to do it. But I have a little bit of downtime at the moment, so here I am, getting ready to come at you, getting ready to rap to you guys, about to share some very, very exciting news to you. First of all, let's just let me give you my traditional opening. If it's going to be, it's up to me to fulfill my dreams and possibilities with dedication and motivation to inspire thousands from all nations. When times are tough and breaks you down, just smile with toughness and rebuild from the ground. During tough times, adversity is a lot. Just remember, time flies, but you are the pilot. Folks, I want to say what's going on to brother Mark Anthony Perez. What's up, my main man? Folks, listen, this is exciting. The reason why I haven't really gone live with you, it's been a week now. I've been grinding real hard. As you guys know, we have the Wealth Summit DMV, that's Washington, D.C., coming up October the 27th. Yeah, it's a little bit of a ways off, but preparation calls for a whole lot of work. So I've been working on sponsors, right? I want to get some sponsors, and I want to get some great companies in front of you guys. That's going to be a great service to you, okay, at this event. I want you to have the opportunity to visit these tables once you get to the event, to visit these sponsors and let them share some wonderful things, services that they have that's going to be suitable for you, your business, or your family, the whole 9 yards. So as I've been working, getting these sponsors, I got one so far. I won't tell the name yet until everything is final. And I got another one. Well, I can tell you. They haven't, well, here's the thing. I have 2 lined up so far. One is Family First Life. We're still, talking and wheeling and dealing, right? And the other that we're talking to, we haven't landed a deal yet, but we got their eyebrows raised. They're excited, and they have shown some interest. So we just got to talk over the details. Hopefully we can land a deal with them to be a sponsor. Now, the first one is Family Life, and I'm going to tell you what the second one is. The second potential sponsor is Industrial Bank. Now, you guys in the DMV, you guys in Washington, D.C., you should know who Industrial Bank is. Let me just tell you, if you don't know, Industrial Bank is a black-owned bank. There's going to be a whole lot of black entrepreneurs and business owners at the Wealth Summit in D.C. So having them as a sponsor will be huge. And we're talking about hundreds of people at this event, possibly 1,000, depending. We might have to even get a larger venue if ticket sales going like crazy. We haven't even started to really blast the ticket sales yet. But here's the thing, folks. Industrial Bank will be huge if we get them in as a sponsor. So I got information from them. They got information from me. We're going over it. We're going to talk again probably later in the week or early next week, so we can try to make a deal happen so we can have them at the Wealth Summit Tours, Washington, D.C. on October 27th. It's going to be a huge event, folks. So let me tell you a little bit about the Wealth Summit Tours. You guys seen on my page, or you go to Wang Global LLC, like that page, or like Jay Lee Speaks. Either of those two, like both pages, actually, and you will see information on the Wealth Summit Tours. We launched in Tampa back in April the 21st. You can see the videos, you can see the pictures, they're all there. The video from the event is there, the promo video, and it's been exciting. And as you would see in the promo video, we had Lisa Nichols as our keynote speaker. If you're an entrepreneur, you should know who Lisa Nichols is. If you're a life coach, you should know who Lisa Nichols is. In case you don't know, she's the most sought after speaker in the world today. She's been on Oprah. She's been on Steve Harvey. She's been on Larry King Live. And she is a regular consultant on the Dr. Phil show. And not only that, she got her big break by being the co-author and cast member from the movie and the book called The Secret. So folks, this is huge. I don't know where you're going to be at on October the 27th, but I'm going to be in Washington, D.C. I'm going to be on stage speaking and training you guys on a successful mindset. Now, that's my hometown. Washington, D.C. is my hometown. I've been in Florida for 4 years from Washington, D.C. And when I come to D.C. October the 27th, I'm going to tell you right now, I am going to be bringing it. I'm going to show up and I'm going to show out. You guys, that's my hometown, so I'm cutting up. I'm bringing it. I'm going to cut up on that stage, and I'm going to give you some information that you didn't know was available to you folks. So be ready for that. We're bringing Lisa Nichols. We're bringing a gentleman by the name of Dr. Keith Johnson. He's America's #1 confidence coach. He's going to train you on building your wealth and confidence. Dr. Shirley Clark, another speaker. She's in a millionaire circle. She has a millionaire circle networking group, and you can't get in that group unless you're a millionaire, right? So we have multimillionaires going to be hitting the platform, training you on your wealth, folks. We want to get you away from depending on a paycheck and a 9 to 5 and start creating your own paycheck. That's the gear. That's what we're geared towards. That's what we're working towards. That's what we want to help you do. And let me give you a little bit about my background, folks. Born and raised in Washington, D.C., I discovered my first layoff in 2003 from a company named Northrop Grumman. My first layoff was 2003. And from 2003 all the way up to 2014, I've been suffering for what I call chronic unemployment. If you guys ever heard of chronic unemployment, that means you're unemployed all the time. And I was suffering from chronic unemployment from 2003 up into 2014. And let me tell you something. At one point during that period, I was laid off 5 times in 4 years. And I've had over 20 plus years in IT experience. What am I doing in between jobs? Everybody was hiring, talking about always temp to perm. Oh yeah, I took the opportunity, but it was never perm. It was always temp, right? Oh, you've exhausted your workload. We don't need you now. We don't have the budget for you. I mean, I just kept hearing all kinds of stuff. And I got laid off from Northrop Grumman first, 2003. And the last company laid me off was a company called Hunton & Williams. And actually, they laid me off in 2012. The very next day after my mom passed away. At that point, folks, I said to myself, you know what? I am not going to allow anyone else to determine my future, my destiny ever again. So I said I'm going to start writing my own check. I'm going to start building my own empire. You see, folks, I made a choice. It took that much time, right? It took that much time for me to determine, or for me to change, to make that choice, to make a decision that I was not going to allow that to happen to me again. So what did I do from that point? I kept on speaking because I started speaking in 2008. Okay, I started speaking, but I started doing more than speaking. I started building a company called WAN Global. And like that page, WAN Global LLC, like that page on Facebook. All right, I started building a company called WAN Global. And what is WAN Global? WAN Global is a business networking company. Okay, it's a business networking company that is geared to help businesses, entrepreneurs, small or large businesses, increase their bottom line, expand, and grow. Okay, and if we can help companies do that, what do companies have to do when they start to growing? They have to hire people. So I want to lower the unemployment rate, right? And lowering the unemployment rate means many people won't have to suffer the way that I suffered when I went through almost 10 years, 11 years of chronic unemployment. Okay, so that's the thing, folks. That's the reason why I built this company, WAN Global, so that other people won't suffer. Other people can get jobs because we helping companies grow. We helping companies expand. So other companies are going to be growing, folks. That's amazing, isn't it? So lowering the unemployment rate, we got to get the companies to expand first so that they can hire more people. You see, you're finding that more companies today are finding ways to do more with less. They're outsourcing positions. You filling out for a job, you want to work at a help desk, so to speak, you got to compete with somebody in Bangalore, India. All they have to do is answer a telephone and troubleshoot, right? You competing with people all over the world. Bangalore, India, Bangladesh, the Philippines. You're competing with people in a worldwide setting for a job. So if we can help companies grow, folks, they're going to have to hire more people. They're going to have to hire more people in the United States, right? They're going to have to hire more people for labor. They're going to have to do these things. Why? Because we are showing them wealth-building tactics, wealth-building techniques that's going to allow them to grow. And as they grow, they'll hire more people. So that's one thing that we're doing. That's what my company, WAN Global, is all about. And we just launched our company in 21st of April, 2 months ago, in Tampa, right down here in Tampa, called the 2018 Tampa Bay Wealth Summit. And it was a blast. We had Lisa Nichols as our keynote. Like I said, Lisa Nichols is the most sought after speaker in the world today. She's a personal friend of mine. She's coming with me to Washington, D.C. We're going to train you guys on wealth building when we come to Washington, D.C. I'm going to share with you how I was able to come from Washington, D.C. down to Florida after I lost everything. I mean, complete homelessness, jobless, didn't know what I was going to do when I got here to Florida. All I knew was what I wanted to live in Florida. If I'm going to be homeless, why not be homeless in a place where it's warm, right? So I got here 4 years ago, folks. 6 months later, my life changed. Not only 6 months later that my life changed, my business started to grow. I started earning income, right? Got into my own house. I have a beautiful home here. I got a garage with a convertible sitting in it. I didn't come here with nothing. I haven't had a vehicle in almost 11 years since my first layoff in 2003, right? But I'm not sharing this information with you to talk about the material stuff. Those are just the rewards for the services that I render to the world, right? So that's exactly what happened. That's what I did, folks. I made a choice. And I built my company, WAN Global. We're coming to D.C. next. After D.C., well, I'm not going to tell you where we're going after D.C. because we're not ready to promote it yet. But we're coming to D.C. We're taking this all around the world. But let me tell you some cities that we have in our itinerary. I can share that. We have Atlanta in our itinerary, San Diego, Dallas, Texas, Chicago, New York, Orlando, West Palm Beach, Miami, Perth, Australia, Amsterdam, UK. You see, folks, we have all these places in our itinerary, and this is not just a tour and stop. This tour is indefinite. We're going to go forever with this tour. So where am I going with this, folks? I just shared with you what my vision is for my company, is to help companies grow so that we can lower the unemployment rate. More people can get hired. But here's what you got to understand. The topic that I'm going to really speak to you today on, folks, is called the Law of Gestation. The Law of Gestation. I talk about this all the time. People always ask me to talk about the Law of Gestation. So I'm just going to give you a little bit of it. I'm just going to tag the text here. Right? I'm going to just give you a short glimpse of what the law of gestation is. First of all, the law of gestation is one of the 7 natural laws of the universe. See, whether you believe in these laws or not, these laws still apply to your life. And let me share with you what the law of the gestation is. Everything has a gestation period. Everything. The goals that you create in your mind has a gestation period. So that's why you don't never compare yourself to other people. Don't compare yourself to somebody else who's doing well. You can compare yourself, but you can also realize that if you're doing bad, there's another law called the law of relativity. That's one of the 7 natural laws of the universe as well. The law of relativity. When you're doing bad, just think of somebody else who was doing worse. And figure out and think to yourself that you could be doing just as bad. and learn to appreciate where you are. Learn to have gratitude with what you have, and you will have more gratitude. You see what I'm saying, folks? So be happy for what you have, and you will have more to be happy for. All right? So back to the law of gestation. Everything has a gestation period. What happens during gestation? Growth. Gestation period is simply for you to grow in it. So let me give you a simple example of that. If you say you want to be a millionaire, you're not going to be a millionaire because you just thought about it. You see, a lot of people understand, they hear about the law of attraction, and a lot of people think that the law of attraction simply means thinking of something and bam, there it is with pixie dust, or I'm going to speak it into existence. You got to do more than think and speaking things into existence. Okay? Now, when you think and speak it into existence, that puts it in a category of possibility. It does. But you have to do the work, folks. You have to do the work to get you to where you want to go. A lot of people quit on their goals, dreams, and aspirations. They stop short of that gestation period, and it never happened for them. So a gestation period simply means when you create a goal here, you have to do the work here. Physically, you have to do the work. And as you're doing the work, folks, you have to grow and grow during that gestation period before it manifests. My company, Wang Global, I actually created this company in 2013. And look, here it is 2018 in April. Back in April, we just launched. So people thinking it's a brand new company. No, this company is 5 years old. I launched this company I started the company in 2013. But because I've been working so hard and getting this thing launched, trying to find sponsors, trying to find some investors, and we finally got this thing launched in April of 21st of April this year. Right? What was the gestation period? The gestation period was I had to learn. I had to grow. I had to learn how to present to a sponsor. I didn't have the money to pay somebody to get sponsors for me. I had to learn how to send professional emails that's going to be appealing to sponsors, right? I had to learn these things. I had to learn how to do a whole lot of stuff before I can launch my business. See, folks, you have to understand this right here. If you would take a moment, right? If you would take a moment and write something down, here's what you have to write down. Before you become, and this, I got this from a friend of mine named Candace Camille. Candace Camille perfectly said this one time. She said, before you can become a CEO, Chief Executive Officer, before you can become a CEO, you have to first become an OOO. What is an OOO? Only operating officer. Only operating officer. So you have to learn how to do your own work before you can get the money to hire people to do it for you. Right? So here's what you gotta, here's what's important, people. Here's what's important. I had to learn how to do some graphics on my own. I had to try to create my own flyers. I had to create my own little proposals, emails to try to get sponsors with, and I failed miserably. Now see, it's nothing wrong with failure. You're going to fail. Anything that can go wrong with your business, folks, is going to go wrong. It will go wrong. But that's part of the gestation period. That's because things go wrong. People think, oh, it must not meant to be. No. It meant to challenge you. You see, the universe will challenge you. That's the way of the universe testing your commitment to your goals, dreams, and aspirations. So you're going to fail. But you have to grow in the gestation period. It's a gestation period for a butterfly to transform from a caterpillar. Am I right about that? If you look at a caterpillar has to grow. It goes into a cocoon and then comes back out into, it comes right back out into a butterfly. But that's a gestation period. It takes 9 months for a baby to be born. That's a gestation period. What is that baby doing during a 9-month gestation period? That baby is growing. It cannot come out prematurely. There are some premature births, but when that happens, the doctor has to keep close eye on the baby so that the baby won't have any complications should the baby do have complications. But naturally, there's a 9-month gestation period before a child is born. So anything that you want to do in your life, ladies and gentlemen, there's always a gestation period to what you want to do. It may take you 5 years. It took me 5 years before I was able to launch WAN Global. But that's what it takes, folks. One thing you got to understand through a gestation period is you must never, ever, ever quit. That's number one. And number two, you got to believe in yourself when no one else will. No one believed in me at first, right? Very few people may have believed, but on a general sense, people didn't believe in me. There were talks because I lost my place up in D.C. and lost everything. I came broke. I got homeless. And people said, he moving to where? Florida? Please. He can't even pay his rent. Not alone move to Florida. So, folks, people like to believe what they see. I already saw it. Man, I'm sorry. I already believed it before I saw it. That's the difference. When people say, I believe it when I see it, no. I tell them I believe it, so therefore I will see it. Completely different. Remember I told you, if you want to be rich, figure out what poor people do and do the exact opposite. Think the opposite of the way a poor person think. A winner and a loser do not have the same vision. A pigeon and an eagle do not have the same vision. A turtle and a giraffe does not have the same vision. So you have to decide, are you an eagle or are you run around with pigeons? Right? So that's the key, folks. Everything you do, I don't care what it is, don't quit on your goals, folks. Don't quit on your dreams. Don't quit on your aspirations, because you thought it for a reason. If you thought it, if you see yourself doing it, that means it's for you to do it. Complete the task. Stop quitting. Take the nipple out of your mouth. Don't be a little whiny, hanny thumbsucker just because life challenges you. It's going to challenge me. It's going to challenge anybody. Find a mentor that's going to explain these things to you. Because just because you thought of it doesn't mean it's going to happen overnight. You have to go to work. Gestation period. I hope this makes sense to you guys. What time is it? I got to get ready to do some more work. I got a form to fill out for a sponsor with Industrial Bank. Try to get them on this as a sponsor. So I want you guys to share the video. I hope this video was helpful to you. And if it's not, please share it anyway, because you know someone this video can help. With that being said, I want you guys to do me one last huge favor. Well, one favor is don't stop coming late. I'm just kidding, folks. Watch the video again and please share it. So with that being said, do me one last huge and bigger favor. And that is to sing like no one can hear you. Dance like no one can see you. Love like you've never been hurt. And live like it's heaven on earth. I'm Jay Lee. I love you. And the world needs you. So stop that damn texting and driving. Peace and blessings, folks. Have a great day.